Real talk. All right, last week I shared a post. It's not cortisol face, it's calorie face. And while that is still 100% true, you should definitely go check out that post. It's not the full truth. And like most things in health and in life, it's more nuanced than that. Since March, I've been going through a family crisis and I've been living in a chronic state of fight or flight survival mode. All of us have different stressors in our lives. We all have different responses to those stressors. And then on top of that, each of us have our own sensitivities to these stressors and these hormones that happen in response to our stressors. Each of us also has a unique window of tolerance, and we experience different symptoms when we're either hyper aroused or hypo aroused. These are concepts that I teach within MindFit, and it's really helpful to identify which state you're in, and then also to know exactly what to do in order to bring yourself back into more order and balance. Humans are built to adapt and survive to a variety of different situations and conditions. We can adapt to survival. What gets tricky is moving beyond the survival. Survival mode is not living. It is not thriving. It is not living how I want to personally live. Our brains and bodies will do whatever they need to do to adapt and survive. These same adaptations prevent us from truly thriving and reaching those next levels of living and experiencing life. Common conditions like ADHD, anxiety, depression, insomnia, OCD, these conditions are actually adaptations that we learned in the environments that we grew up in. The body keeps the score. What doesn't get expressed gets stored. What gets stored gets amplified. The body speaks to you through symptoms, and we've learned through our culture and clever marketing that these symptoms are to be masked or ignored through pills or quick fixes. Also been the message through popular culture to hate your body and hate these symptoms that your body is expressing. Chronic levels of stress will cause inflammation. I have experienced firsthand literally a overnight reduction of the swelling in my ankles just by receiving more support at home going through what I'm going through. However, it's also nuanced because I'm also in a calorie deficit and I am able to lose fat. Is this misconception and this myth that if you are chronically stressed and chronically inflamed, that you can't lose fat. If that was true, let's look back at the Holocaust. Literally, no worse human conditions can exist. Fat loss still occurred, starvation still occurred. I'm sharing this because health and fitness are so much deeper than what meets the eye. Every single day, people are facing invisible battles, and we have no idea what people are really going through. The body is so intelligent, and it wants to be on your team. 5 years ago, I would have spiraled going through this situation into a deep, depressed state. And now I have the tools and the resources and the awareness of how to show up for myself and how to respond instead of react. And even though I have all of these tools and I've been putting in the reps, I still reached out and hired help. I hired a coach to help keep me accountable and support me through a hard time because I don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to do it alone either. Losing fat or achieving some specific results in a hard time is not about being rigid and always sticking to the plan. It's actually about meeting yourself where you're at in each moment, especially in those hard moments where you want to run, numb, hide, eat, shame, guilt, or blame. It's about how flexible you can be with yourself. Can you do less? Can you be messy? Can you not be perfect and not make this mean anything about who you are and the value that you bring to others, yourself, and the world? Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and remember that these symptoms are not meant to be masked. They don't need the quick fix. They need to be listened to, and remember that healing is not a destination, it's a direction. None of this health, fitness, healing stuff has an end destination, a lifelong direction that you choose to follow, and I can help guide you when you're ready.